This is the BrewVerie Report. Daily news, once monthly. Here are your anchors, Paige, JT, and Mike.
And welcome back to the BrewVerie Report. I'm JT.
I'm Paige.
And I'm Mike.
Well, we're glad to have you guys back. Thanks for continuing to watch us through all of the shitty commercials that we had right before our break.
Yes.
We're going to bring you a series of news. So I'm going to send it right on over to my co-host Mike here with the first story.
All right, we're going to start with crime today. So this first story is an apparent attempt to steal a dragon street lamp with a leaf blower as distraction prompts Vancouver police to investigate.
Go
Yes.
on.
This is in Vancouver, British Columbia. While driving through Chinatown on Sunday, Norman Fox pulled over to take a phone call and noticed an unusual sight. There was a man standing atop the awning of a building on East Pender and Columbia Street, using some kind of tool on a decorative dragon street lamp. So this guy took out his camera and snapped a few shots of the scene, noting that there was another man at the base using a leaf blower to kind of distract people.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Look at my leaf blower. Pay
So this
no
guy said he
attention
was-
to the man behind the sign.
Exactly. So he said that he was on his way to a meeting, so he didn't really stick around to figure out what was going on. But it seemed like he was actually trying to cut the damn light thing down.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So yeah, the VPD are looking into it. So he was using a hacksaw to try to cut it off.
Oh, that sounded bad.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
pretty much how it was.
that's the first story. So yeah, it doesn't sound like they got away with it, but they sure tried.
They need to see the sign, like TLC.
Yeah, it opened up their eye.
Mhm.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't TLC. It's like Ace of Base.
No, it was
I
Ace
don't
of
know.
Base.
Fuck.
I was just about
I had
to
to
say
use it
that's not
anyways.
TLC.
This is not the celebrity news portion of the news, so I don't
Fair
give a
enough.
shit.
Let's get back. Let's now go to Paige with another story.
Okay. So, if you were to have to go to court because you stole a car, how would you normally get there, do you think?
Take
Pogo
the
stick.
bus?
Well, no,
Hopscotch.
you would steal another car.
Oh, of course.
So the
Yes.
headline is Woman Takes Stolen Car to Court Appearance for Car Theft. It says it's probably not a great idea to steal a car to get your court appearance to get to your court appearance for stealing another car. But 41-year-old Brandy Jones had a court appearance after she was charged for stealing a car, and then she stole a car to get to court. So, when she arrived to court, they realized that it was a stolen car, and she was arrested.
Well, I have to say that she is really responsible, and she showed up to her court date. So that is commendable.
But when she got in there and she talked to the judge, she told the judge, "I've learned my lesson."
Yeah. This was in California.
Okay.
Awesome.
Wild.
Oh my gosh.
Paige just got that in stereo. All right, so I'm going to take us to another crime story called Cuckoo for Crazy Bread. Racist 2.
Oh, shit.
So we're heading to Enid, Oklahoma. That's right, there is a place called Enid, Oklahoma, where 71-year-old Rachel Sherman, don't know, don't care. She's an ass. She went to Little Caesars, which is there's your first mistake.
Yep.
She was looking forward to a couple of pizzas and crazy bread. And, well, you don't... Listen, don't fuck with Rachel's crazy bread. That's half the problem, right? Once Karen was notified by a 17-year-old kid that they were out of crazy bread, she berated the 17-year-old by calling him the N-word, specifically the fucking N-word.
And
And
her
then-
name was Karen.
Her name is Karen, yes.
It's
Yes.
appropriate.
She's exactly what you'd think she looks like.
Yeah.
Just add 15 years, because you're thinking soccer mom, obnoxious haircut. Just add some wrinkles. So she berated him, and then after she called him all those names, she said, "Did that hurt you?" And the teen replied calmly, "No." So she got out of her van and slapped him across the face.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my
So-
god, this royal bitch. Wow.
The young kid, stellar kid. He maintained composure. He actually waited till he got home to tell his parents what happened. And then, his parents were just like, "No!"
Yeah.
Anyway, so about a couple weeks later, the woman was charged with malicious harassment based upon race, which makes me happy because just assault is 90 days. This crime's punishable by up to 1 year and a fine of up to $1,000, which is a lot of dough.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
And after you've gone to Little Caesars and you've got horrible heartburn, get some Pepto-Bismol.
So, the manager at Little Caesars, asked Sherman what happened. Her response was, "I harassed him like I always do." And then she told the police, just, quote, joking around with the kid, and then said, quote, "You know how it is." I don't understand why she even had to go to Little Caesars, because any bread she holds in her hand is crazy bread. So,
Yes.
Facts.
That's Enid, Oklahoma, and I hope never to return there again.
Yes, I agree. All right, I got another one here. Man grabs 2 gas cans, moons door camera, while making his getaway.
Were the gas cans a euphemism? He
No.
grabbed 2 gas cans and then he moved. What? Like empty gas cans?
I think he was hoping they were full. Let's get into it. All right, this is another story from British Columbia. A Peachland couple who went looking for 2 jerry cans of gas they used for their lawnmower and other vehicles were shocked by what they found on their surveillance video camera.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped you at Peachland because
Yes,
that's
peaches and butts, and I can't.
Yeah, well, just down the road is Summerland. Peachland is there. Yep. Chris Baker tells Castanet he filled a couple of jerry cans with gas on Monday, but because they smelled strongly of gasoline, he left them outside overnight. When he went looking for the gas the next day, they were nowhere to be found. So he asked his wife to take a look at the security camera footage from Monday overnight. Lo and behold, they spotted a large man in a dark t-shirt and sweatpants pull into their Peachland driveway at about 1:24 a.m. Tuesday. The man boldly walked over to the gas cans, grabbed them, and then put them in his white 4-door sedan. But of course, as he walked back to his vehicle, his sweatpants fell down, and you could see his butt in the video.
So it was an involuntary mooning.
Yes.
Oh.
He should get a belt around them pants. They should be at his waist.
So Becker was quoted as saying, "If you're stealing my gas, you deserve to have your butt out there. He was stealing our gas and mooning us."
He was
That's
showing him
very
his jerry
embarrassing.
cans.
Yeah. So I'm not actually sure if they found this guy yet, but they're looking
they
for
sure
him.
have a way
Listen.
to identify him, a very
Yeah.
unique way.
The RCMP are
listen.
looking.
Girls Gone Wild, you showed your boobs, you got a t-shirt, right? To get jerry cans of gas, you got to show your jerry cans. It's just the case. This is how this works, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. When was this?
That was on May 6th, 2022.
That's amazing. The price of gas to leave cans out?
Especially here.
No, sir. I will
It was-
smell that all the way home.
$2.18 a liter recently, which is insane. Okay, let's go to Paige.
Man charged for opening door, walking on wing as jet taxis. So,
Are we sure this wasn't Tom Cruise?
I know. Seriously. In Chicago, a man opened an emergency exit of a United Airlines jet walked onto a wing as the plane taxied at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport and jumped onto the tarmac early Thursday. Okay, so when he got off of the airplane, he actually was doing like the motion for the plane to keep coming. So he got in front of the plane and was motioning for the plane to keep coming. So
Suicide by plane?
Interesting. At least he waited till it landed.
yeah, it reminded me of D.B. Cooper. Like the first thing I thought of was D.B. Cooper.
Yeah.
So he
sounds
was
like a really
arrested.
stupid.
He was 57 years old.
Why do I feel like you're reading this story for the first time, Paige?
I didn't know he was. I didn't know his age. I didn't know his age.
What did you think it was, a 4-year-old baby?
Yeah, like 20s, 30s, maybe. But you're almost 60, jumping out of an
I told you,
airplane.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's Tom Cruise.
Now I have a question, though. Did it say how long they were sitting in the plane after landing? Because I've had to wait for a gate for a long time sometimes, and I've felt like this guy where I wanted to just open the fucking door and get out of the plane. So
Well, no, the
I
plane
understand
was
him.
actually still landing. Like it was going really, really slow. And then he jumped onto the wing while it was still slowly going. Then he jumped off and then was motioning the plane like you would motion a car, like to keep coming.
I'm still kind of with this guy.
You're still with him. Yeah,
Still
yeah.
with him.
It's pretty badass. I'd like to know what hospital he was checked into so I could shake his hand. Of course, he's probably in a straitjacket, so I probably can't shake it.
Or share some of his drugs, because he's on something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in straitjackets don't like it when you shake their nose. It's just not...
Oh my
I have no idea what that meant, but here we
No.
are. Oh, man. Was that the last crime story?
That's the last crime story for the this newscast.
I believe we have a couple of animal stories.
Let's move to the animal stories then.
Isn't she gorgeous?
So this story is called Take a Bite Out of Time. We were at a rattlesnake roundup event in Texas. Because, of course, it was in Texas.
Yes.
Everything's bigger in Texas, except for the snakes. A rattlesnake handler died while performing with the animals during the event in Texas. And it's not funny at all. It's just kind of ironic. He really enjoyed doing this stuff. But he was also a volunteer firefighter, and he was a custodian at the high school, and he helped people get venomous snakes out of their house. So he's a good guy.
Aw.
But here's where the current issue is. Let me present an issue, and we'll get our people to vote on the question at hand. So there's copious numbers of snakes at this thing. Like, I'd be disappointed if I went to a rattlesnake roundup and there weren't, and I was asked about it, and they said they've been rounded up.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Anti-venom, not kept on site at the Rattlesnake Roundup Festival.
This is America, so we gotta save that stuff at the hospital and charge for it.
Now, listen, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Well, they'd still charge you for it.
Oh yeah.
I understand, like, that it has to be administered by hospital staff. I looked at this is a research report. I've looked this up. But that's my problem. It's like the nearest hospital is 8 minutes away, 2.5 miles. Why not contract with them, right, to have this happen? It's wild, considering how specific this event is. Literally, like, all the things are snake themed.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't handle your snake properly, bad things can happen.
They can go off.
Yes. Unwanted hospital visits.
It's a good pickup line in a bar. You know, have you seen my fangs? If you have an STD, I'm venomous, baby. Paige, if I walked up to you in a bar and I said, I'm venomous, baby.
Oh God!
Come down.
I'd be
Run.
like, yeah, okay, bye.
Go back to your
Rochambeau.
burning. Go back to your cross burning.
Yes, it does sound like one of those
anyways.
churches that handle snakes, and then they just go to a cross burning right after.
So we're going to come back to the whole church with snakes thing, but he was bitten on the shoulder in front of a crowd of people. He was taken to a hospital by helicopter where he fought for 8 hours before he died. I can only imagine how terrible that was. I'm not sure why the helicopter was really necessary. I mean, the hospital nearest to them might not have had anti-venom, but, I mean, that gives it more credence why it should have been at that fucking on location.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the, like farm events and stuff are usually a long ways from hospitals because they're in small little towns. So,
But that's the thing. It's 2.5 miles to the hospital.
oh, never mind.
So,
And
but they didn't take him to that hospital.
Probably
don't
didn't
think.
have any of it then.
Like, but if you have, if your city is known for the largest collection of snake handlers, etc., which really sounds like a city of porno stars,
Las Vegas.
there it is. There it is. Everybody gets COVID at the same time too. It's wild. We don't know why. It's a question. But yeah, I just don't understand why there wasn't medical. There were probably medical professionals, but they should have had some form of
yeah, that's wild.
Or-
venom on hand.
It could be that too many people were bitten by snakes and they ran out.
Oh.
It was in Texas. It's just a bunch of guys going, "Hold my beer." That's
Hold my snake.
that is. Hold my, oh,
Which one?
don't worry, Mike. When we finally meet each other for the first time, that's the first thing I'm going to say to you is, "Hold my snake."
I'm venomous.
Okay.
The women say I'm venomous.
Oh, Jesus.
Sounds
Did
like
you have
something.
an animal story, Paige?
Yes, okay. So I have two, but I'll just do one first. Do you have one too?
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, listen, I don't know exactly what a javelina is, but it looks like a type of pig. I hope people
Aw,
do
I
not
love
attack
pigs.
me. Listen, it is
Javelina, it is.
cute. It is so cute. Okay, this one on April 11th in Arizona got really hungry. There was a car with a hatchback, and the hatch was up, and it got trapped inside. It jumped inside of the car. And when it did, it got into the front seat and was trying to get out. He jumped in for a bag of Cheetos. Then the hatch closed down. And it trapped this poor javelina in there. He was so angry that he was trying to get out. He ripped off a portion of the dashboard and some of the
I believe
inside of the door trying to get out. But in doing so, he knocked the car into neutral, and it started rolling down the person's driveway all the way across the street. And the javelina was not injured, but a deputy came and opened the hatch, and it was able to run back into the wilderness. So he just wanted some Cheetos, man, and then
First off, I'm extremely frustrated that you just read my arrest report to everybody. Second off, that pig was looking for Hakuna Matata, and
yeah.
pigs are fucking smart. Yeah, that's hysterical.
I just wish that there was some kind of video footage of this javelina pushing it into neutral on accident and just taking a stroll down the street, and the picture is just of it sitting there looking out the windshield like, what the hell's going on? It's so cute.
But like, this really lends credence that dogs are idiots. Because with the way this pig was like, I shouldn't be in here. It's hot. I'm getting the fuck out. And dogs are just like, oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. When's he coming? He'll be back. God, it's hot, but I'm shivering. He'll be back.
I love
JT?
him. He's killing me, but I love him.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know you, but I love you.
Mhm.
Squirrel, squirrel.
All right.
Do you have another animal one? I do. I
I do
have
not.
one
You
more.
have the last one.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, so on April 28th, a bear destroyed a car to get a tube of lip gloss.
Mike,
They're...
you just needed to ask me for the keys.
Oh no. So, wildlife officials in Colorado said a bear broke into a car and destroyed the interior, all to get a tube of lip gloss. Colorado Parks and Wildlife actually tweeted out photos showing the car that was completely destroyed by this bear. But there was no food, there was no trash inside of the car, but there was lip gloss. And its scent was enough to entice this bear to come and check it out and see what it was. And the department basically said this should serve as a reminder that bears can open doors.
Yep.
Some bears just want to be fucking pretty. But also, here's my question. Here's my fucking question. This is Crossfire. What did it smell like?
I know, it didn't
Like-
say.
Did it smell like the urine of a prey? In which case, I would wonder what the person was trying to attract.
Uh-oh.
Although, probably where they live, that scent works. I don't know. Paige, down where you are, do people just kind of like spray deer urine and
When they go hunting, yes, they do.
hunting at bars?
Yes!
Probably just as many guns in the bar as there is in the forest.
Fact.
That's what she said.
Let's hit up the political stories of the month.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House! There you go. Why don't we just ask Osama Obama what is since he won by such a big amount.
I'll start here. So Canada just released the 2020 federal budget, and the Liberals have picked out a lot of interesting things to highlight. And the one that really caught my attention was the tax-exempt sperm.
What?
If that's the case, I should have been tax exempt long ago.
It's no secret that Canadians aren't great at having babies. At the last count, our birth rate was about 1.5 babies per woman, well below the rate needed to sustain our current population.
Canada's gonna die out.
The normal remedy
that
for this
can't
is
happen.
simply
We have
is
to have a
simply
place
to welcome
go.
more immigrants, which Canada has been doing to the tune of nearly 400,000 new Canadians per year. But Budget 2020 has also included a suite of tax credits on the domestic baby making industry, specifically tax credits on surrogate mothers, in vitro fertilization, and expenses related to sperm or ova donation.
Their policies are the polar opposite of China's,
Yes.
where you can have like 2, but if you want more, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's better
Here's
than
a
what it
tax
used to be.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's Jesus. It used to be have one kid. You can only have one kid, but if it's a daughter, usually bad things would happen because they'd want a son.
Yep. Now, we don't get paid for like blood donations in Canada, but we can get tax exempt sperm.
Hey.
Does that make it cheap sperm? Because I don't want cheap. I don't want nothing cheap.
Or you can afford someone more expensive.
I
No
need
tax.
that really expensive DNA. Like, yeah, I really need that.
You could have said it. We won't isolate it and take it out of context. You should have said, "I really need that decent sperm." That's what you should have said.
I could say
Do I
something
get to pick
even
from a
worse,
Rolodex?
but I won't.
Click, click, click. Ryan Reynolds. Click, click, click. Ryan Gosling. Oh, we're still in the R's.
Quack. I wonder how he feels being named after a juvenile goose.
I don't know.
On April 12th in New Zealand, okay, I'm going to let y'all guess. There was a French fry.
New Zealand.
There was a French fry factory, and something was found in the potatoes that they thought might be like a dirty potato spud or a rock. It didn't quite look right.
They made a French fry out of a poo, didn't they?
No. And they also thought it could have been a muddy potato. But the bomb squad
It was a dildo.
The bomb squad was called in.
Continue on.
Jesus Christ.
Him too?
Okay, this place in New Zealand is called Mr. Chips. It's a Mr. Chips plant.
Oh, I thought you meant the city, and I was like, that's great. Good for them.
And they found a World War II grenade. So the bomb squad was called in, and it says, "Don't worry, the spud was a dud." But yeah, there was a World War II grenade in the French fry thing. Yeah.
Damn, I wouldn't want to put that in the fryer.
That'd be a blast. Oh, Lord.
Listen, it's okay. You both would be safe because I would catch a grenade for you.
Oh, perfect.
Throw my hand on a blade for you.
All right, I got another one here. So another political story from Canada. This one's another one from British Columbia again. This is a follow-up, and the BC Township sells landowner's property dirt cheap over unpaid taxes without telling him.
Oh, he just didn't get the memo.
Yes. So he hadn't paid his taxes. He lives in the town of Spalcheen, which I've never heard of. It's near Armstrong, BC.
Goods and
And
tight.
yeah, he owed the government. Here we go. So according to a recent Supreme Court of BC ruling, in September 2017, the township sold a man's property at its annual municipal tax sale for $11,300 without telling him. At the time, he owed the city $6,700, and the property was assessed at $159,000.
If there's one thing this story tells me and teaches me, it's that cities are spiteful bitches.
Yes. So the township admitted it made a mistake in not notifying Anthony Brett Morgan or the person who had a mortgage registered over the property until after the deal had been sealed, allowing a buyer to get a 9-acre parcel of land in a beautiful Spalcheen Valley for dirt cheap. So it went to court, obviously. And
Because of course it did.
yes, again, in 2011, this property was then worth $160,000. And it's been going back and forth in court. And just recently, the courts decided to go in favor of Mr. Morgan, and he was awarded $360,000 based on the assessed value today. It's a difference of $190,000. But they would subtract $7,692 from that total because that was the accumulated taxes that were owed.
I mean, yeah, and he's to this day, he still doesn't pay taxes.
Yeah. So he had attended to retire on that property, and he no longer owns it.
He found a gecko on the sideway and literally thought it was Geico. Like,
Yeah.
He thought they were
Yeah.
managing his money. Nope. He gave all of his money to a gecko.
But isn't that just amazing? For like, where is it? $6,700. They sold his property out from under him. And didn't tell him.
Wow.
$6,700 like buys you 4 months in an apartment now.
Put a lien.
Yeah.
Put a lien on the property.
Or maybe they didn't. He was just like junk mail, junk mail,
Yeah.
junk mail, like
Aw.
we all do.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move to celebrity and community news.
I'm afraid being famous isn't the same as being a true hero.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Please clear the set. That's a wrap.
Vancouver Strip Club cleverly tackles Will Smith incident on marquee. So anyone that's been to Vancouver knows about the Penthouse, which is a strip club that has an amazing sign that changes weekly, and it's always on point.
Funny as hell.
JT's shaking his head, and I don't know.
I've sent lots of their
I've never
signs.
seen it.
So Benjamin Jackson, the bar manager that does the marquee signs,
Benjamin
decided
Jackson.
to make a joke about the Jada Smith and Will Smith thing with Chris Rock. So the sign says,
Never too soon.
certainly not making a joke about Jada Smith.
Oh. Well,
I don't know. Even Jada Smith isn't
Yeah.
supporting her husband, who's now talking about divorce. So that's
Here's some other signs.
I didn't know that.
A couple other signs that have been up there recently. Masks and clothing optional. Nobody hold 2020's beer. No glory hole, stop asking. And tits the season.
Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, I love those.
I'll try to find a couple quick other ones here.
All three of us looked very disappointed when he said glory holes
And
on here.
recently
that's sad. No, I'm kidding.
BC had a vaccine passport for a long time, and it's no longer around, so they have the no pass, just ass.
No pass, just ass.
I like that.
Still closed. Beat it.
I've never been to a strip club, but I'd go to that one.
Yeah, they
Just to shake that
They're
man's hand.
great.
I would go too.
Maybe I don't want to shake his hand.
I've been to that one.
Ooh, yeah. You've
Oh,
been
yeah.
to it?
Went there for my
Is
stag
it
party.
fun?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Not just the signs.
Well, that's a place that we'll all have to go when we go to Canada, because me and JT are definitely coming to Canada sometime soon, for sure. So we'll have to go.
That'd be awesome. JT?
Yeah, so that takes us to a story I call Balls to the Walls.
Oh, well-placed story.
Yep. Family bought a house on a golf course, around a golf course. Indian Pond Country Club. They moved there in 2017. This article was written in 2022. Attorney said nearly 700 golf balls have landed on their property since 2017. And I did the math. 5 years equals 140 golf balls a year, which equals 38.4% of the year they received golf balls. So the problem
Balls to the
had to be
face,
fixed
or
from the golf course side. Nope, just house. They were afraid they'd get excited. So basically, the club has insurance to fix damage like that, and it's the club's responsibility. But the family declined that because they wanted to prevent a large number of balls from entering their property, which is the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, you don't want balls
except
entering
married people.
anywhere near the golden pristine property.
The front entrance,
The lawn.
the front lawn, no balls on the front lawn.
Yeah, the front lawn where the bush is. You don't.
Yeah, I don't want that. Keep that golf club
Especially
out
it's
of
a
there.
holly bush. The
Yes.
driver.
I don't know. Sometimes it's the putter. Sand wedge?
You heard that first on the BrewVerie report. Anyways, so they rejected it. They didn't want any balls entering their property anymore. They wanted them to take care of it. Indeed, they needed 26 windows replaced, and the entire siding to their home had to be replaced as well. However, I would like you to estimate/guess how much the judge awarded them in their lawsuit against the golf
$1
club.
million.
Yeah, I was gonna say upwards of $1 million.
$5 million
Wow.
in total.
Wow.
So he awarded them $100,000 in damages, $3.5 million in emotional distress.
Can I move to that golf course? I need some emotional
Seriously.
distress.
I
You need
can't
some
take
balls in the
these
face.
Whatever it
balls.
takes.
These balls hitting my house are just too
Yeah.
much.
There's always balls in my
I'm always
face.
under attack.
Yeah.
I
These
feel like we're
balls
just
are
saying.
coming through my window.
From the window to the wall.
Why do I feel like we're back at the last story?
My balls.
Those are balls that were in
Yes.
the lake, and they retrieved them.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Anyways, the golf club plans to appeal. Of course they do. But, they did change the hole that the house is near, so there wouldn't be as many golf balls hitting their home. Or, they should just have fucking better golfers.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hit the pin, not the house. Listen, pins want balls in them. People don't want balls in
It's a trap. A sand trap.
It's the personal preference. Never mind. I don't judge anybody for whatever they want. That's the community news.
All right. Do we want to move to international news now then?
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Canadian deported from Bali for dancing naked on a sacred mountain.
Isn't that what you do on a sacred
I was
I'm
going to say,
confused.
isn't that like a spiritual thing that one would maybe want to do?
How fun would that be to dance
Not
naked on
there.
a mountain?
Yeah, a
Savage
sacred
Garden
one.
wrote a song about it. Savage Garden said, I want to bathe with you on a mountain. Or bathe with you in the sea. Stand
I
with
have
you on
no
a mountain.
fucking
I don't
clue.
know. It doesn't matter.
Jeffrey Cragen from
It's the
Vancouver is
90s.
accused of creating the nude video on
So there's a video of this?
video on Gunung Batar, an active volcano that currently that is culturally important to Balinese people. According to local media, that
Wait,
Oh,
you-
no.
I didn't know it was a volcano. So you're dancing naked on a volcano. What if it exploded?
Might I just say that naked has an A in it,
Yeah.
Paige.
Naked? What?
Naked.
According to local media,
Oh, so say naked?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate y'all.
bless your heart.
Whatever.
All of it. Your whole heart. All
According
the
to
heart.
local media that obtained a news release from the Indonesian Ministry of Law and Human Rights, Indonesian officials have identified Cragen and will force him to leave the country. To all foreigners who visit Bali, always behave in an orderly manner by respecting the law and Balinese cultural values, because every violation will be dealt with firmly in order to uphold the honor and authority of the state.
Two things. One, they deal with naked firmly. And two, I don't think he was looking up the statute that said no balls out at the volcano.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I just love here too. It says Craig identifies himself on Instagram as a mind and body healer. And according to Agres France Press, his deportation was delayed because he's unvaccinated and airlines were reluctant to transport him.
Quick, somebody get me my
But-
crystals. Somebody get me my crystals.
Indonesian officials have told the AFP that Cragen will be blacklisted from entering Bali in the future.
Oh, he had his balls out in Bali.
Oh, man. There's so much
So he-
going on with that
He just
story.
he was quoted as saying he was just expressing himself on the mountain.
Listen, I bet you if
Oh.
it was Matthew McConaughey,
Oh,
it would
here's
have been
another one.
all right.
My
all
intention
right.
was simply to enjoy sound, expression, movement, and freedom for my whole being.
From my whole being, expression.
That's right.
He wanted to
When I wanna-
express it at the volcano.
Yes.
When I want to hear a concert in full blown like sound stereo mode, I whip my dick out. They call it the one-eyed monster, but it's an ear.
You got an international one too, right?
I sure do. I call this one Drop the Bomb.
Ooh.
So in Ben Gurion Airport outside of Tel Aviv, which, by the way, Ben Gurion is commonly known by the Hebrew acronym NATBAG.
Knapbag.
This cannot be real already.
This is apparently real. So it's the busiest in the country in 2019. It had 24.8 million passengers, and security is insane, but security was not ready for an American family. Because, of course, they
Mhm.
weren't. An American family... They were just like, oh, here come the hot dog eating, baseball loving, apple pie fucking.
Someone better find a
American.
McDonald's quick. Or an Applebee's.
I saw American Pie and Scream. I know what America's about. I don't know why they have these accents in Tel Aviv.
Oh
Doesn't
my
matter.
God.
Anyways, So they were visiting Israel-occupied Golan Heights, which was captured from Syria by Israel during the Six-Day War of 1967. They decided that they would take something that they had found. What did they find? They found an unexploded shell from the area.
Oh.
And by that, I don't mean a seashell. For those playing the home game. To their credit, of which they moved from my grade of an F- to an F, they showed the souvenir shell to authorities. First off, you didn't buy it. It is not a souvenir. You found it and stole it. Anyways, they told the authorities right away. Authorities immediately called for an evacuation. People were crazy. Insanity reigned. In fact, somebody hurt themselves because, they tried to climb over the baggage carousel, which might have been a little bit of an intense choice, but if you want to live out your
really
diehard
chaotic.
fantasy and best life, who am I to judge, right?
It's so chaotic.
So the family was interrogated briefly, and then they were cleared, and they boarded their flight. I'm not sure of any further details. It just sounds like they got away with it.
That's the most American story ever, I think.
They said, we don't want Donald Trump over here. He's not visiting. Get the fuck away. Toodles.
Toodaloo.
Toodles, bitch.
All right.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
So I've got an international story from India to share.
Oh, do tell.
Brides marry wrong grooms during blackout in India.
What? Oh my god. Oh,
I feel like this is every little girl's nightmare.
Hey,
She just walks up to the aisle.
Oh no.
This is a Pam and Tommy story. Do go on.
Two sisters in India accidentally married the wrong grooms when a power outage caused a blackout in the middle of their joint wedding, reports Daily Mail. When the power went out during the nuptials in the village of Aslana, the Madhyan Pradesh state, the priest conducting the ceremony continued but got confused about who was marrying whom. The bride's father, Ramesh Lal, said the confusion maybe came as both women wore red dresses with veils over their faces.
I was going to say, what were the men wearing, maybe, too?
While Indian men also traditionally wear a veil of flowers during weddings. The mistake was later corrected.
Y'all, that would be so easy to do, even in the daylight there. I mean, if you've got both veils on, both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying.
But it also
I'd
says...
be like, okay,
Right,
lift
the
your
fucking-
veil up and let me make sure.
It said that this happened in northern India, and power consumption was spiking because the temperatures were 47 Celsius. So that is...
They were also getting married in fucking parallel. So.
47. So 117 degrees Fahrenheit. So
Whoa.
yeah, that's hot.
It's
And
a
then
nice
you've got
day
all
for
that
a
stuff.
hot
Yeah.
wedding.
Oh, man.
Nope. Nope, and nope. I just now I have the nightmare of being a groom and somebody approaches with the veil and they lift the veil and it's like the really ugly person from Roger Rabbit that scarred all of us when we saw that movie, because you all know exactly who I'm talking about. And I would.
I don't
you
remember it now.
What? That's right. You haven't.
Oh, I've seen it. I don't remember it. Here's some random news to finish out the newscast.
All right, so the story's called What a Shitty Phone. So when you visit a national forest, you want to take photos. Shoot Mike sends photos from his hikes, and we're all jealous of them. All I'm saying is that you probably don't want to pull out your phone while in an outhouse. I mean, in a...
That was my story, too. I love it. Go ahead. I love it.
In addition, don't you need to, like, focus on the hover? I don't understand. You have to hover. Hover. Mike, it's a real thing. Women
You
hover
just
in
put down some
outhouses.
toilet
I mean, I
paper
get
and
it.
sit. Jeez.
They don't listen. American toilet porta johns don't always have the toilet paper.
Well, then don't use them.
And this was an outhouse at that.
Yes, it was. At the top of a mountain, a woman in an outhouse accidentally dropped her cell phone into the hole of an outhouse. I mean, that sucks. I guess it's time to claim, make a claim
Yeah,
or go
new
get a
phone
new
time.
one. but that's not where our story ends, or we wouldn't be telling it. She fell in while trying to retrieve it.
Yes.
Oh no. That's also not where our story ends.
Not at all.
The Brennan Fire Department had to come out and rescue her because it was like an old school outhouse where a hole was dug, I believe, and she fell into a hole big enough to swallow her so she couldn't climb the fuck out.
All the poop and nastiness down there. Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say that. Well, I'll tell you this in a second. That's fine. She disassembled the toilet seat and she used dog leashes to try and get the phone. One of the leashes she tied off and she reached for it and then she fell in, head first. Not feet first. Not on your side.
That just sucks.
Straight face to farts. That's.
I just have to say that I really hope she's not an anti-vaxxer, and I hope she's got her hepatitis vaccinations and.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I do have this thing where she's using a leash to try and hold her like fucking she's in the Matrix. She's probably an anti-vax. Anyways, okay. Doesn't matter. Firefighter Chief Tim Manley, because of course there's a firefighter named Tim Manley.
Manly, yeah.
I'm Tim Manley. He said something so profound. He said, "Lay didn't work very well, and in she went."
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, she tried to get out for 10 to 15 minutes, but she finally realized she had been reunited with her precious phone, and she called 911. So apparently, this phone was waterproof and shitproof. She had to just wipe the toilet paper that was used at the side.
God, I just cannot imagine this.
She was immediately washed down, a la Dumb and Dumber, and was encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed to human waste. However, being the very smart person that she is, she just wanted to leave and go home.
Yeah, she was so embarrassed. She was just like, I'm not going anywhere to tell this
you
story.
You would literally need to douse me in
bleach.
alcohol, rubbing alcohol.
Straight up bleach.
And bleach.
Yeah.
I would be smelling that. She was smelling it ever.
Oh my God. Can you imagine getting in your car and you got shit and piss all
No,
over you?
I would.
From this...
No, I can't. Can you? Can you, Paige?
Take me right to the hospital. Let's do every test. Let's.
Oh my God.
What? I mean, I guess not everybody's into a Cleveland steamer. It's fine.
Oh my God. You'd have to identify as a bleached
Moving on to the
asshole
next story. I didn't know that was a race, Mike. Is that an option in Canada? Bleached, white, indigenous, black, bleached asshole.
I could probably think of a couple bleached assholes.
Are they all in trucks, not going anywhere on a highway somewhere?
Probably, and falling in outhouses. Oh my God.
Well, looks like Paige, did you have anything to add to that story?
No. that was my last story, so.
All right.
Mike, do you have any
No,
more?
that's all of them for me, so we'll have to close this out then.
Thank you all for tuning into the BrewVerie Report, where we deliver your daily news monthly. We'll see you again next time.
This has been a production of Brew Crime and Reverie True Crime.